What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Binda again, and in today's video we're going to be going over what a custom audience is and what a lookalike audience is and how you should be utilizing those audiences to increase your revenue and to scale, right? So let me kind of go over what a custom audience is. So a custom audience is basically people who have interacted with your ad or your page, or who have visited your website, taken any action on the website. It might be adding a product to cart, initiating checkout, adding payment info, or purchasing, right? Which is basically what our goal is. And lookalike audience is basically an audience of people who look like those people who are in the custom audience, right? So it might sound kind of confusing, but let me see how I can explain it better. So lookalike audience is basically, let's say that you already have a store that you've been running for a while, so you have an email list of like 2,000 people, right? So you upload that email list as a custom audience, and then you give that to Facebook, and you tell Facebook that, okay, here's 2,000 people. Now find me millions of people that you have on your database. Find me millions of people all around the world, right? So now what Facebook's gonna do is it's gonna match. It's gonna do a lot of data point stuff. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna find people who have similar interests, similar behavior, similar demographics to the people that you give Facebook, and they're gonna find those people and they're gonna give you those people in the millions, right? So let's create a custom audience. So now you have multiple different options. Like a customer file is basically if you have an email list or you have a physical store that you've been storing people's emails, names, phone numbers, stuff like that. You can just upload that as a CSV file. You have website traffic, so this is basically all the data that Pixel stores on your from your website. And then you have engagement. So most of the time we're only going to be using 1, 2, and 3, right? So let's get started with engagement. You have many different options. You have video, lead form, full screen experience, Facebook page, Instagram business profile, and event. So video custom audience is basically going to be an audience who watched 3 seconds of your video, 10 seconds. So people who watched the video. And then you have the lead form is basically people who have opened or completed a lead form. Like let's say you're running a lead ad to get leads for a car dealership or a real estate agent or a dentist and stuff like that, right? So you can make it look like us people who showed some interest and clicked on the ad and went to the lead form page and actually put their info in and completed the lead form, right? And then you have a full screen experience of people who there's this full screen canvas ad that you can run, and it's basically people who opened that ad and went through the full screen canvas. Facebook page is basically people who have interacted with your page, people who like your page and stuff like that. Business profile is basically the same thing as Facebook page, but for Instagram. And then you have event, like if you're a local business, you might be organizing an event that you put on Facebook, like, oh, there's this event, and then people either say they're interested, they're going, or they're not going, right? So it's basically based on those events and how people interacted with those events. So for this example, we're going to be using videos. So we have different options. We have 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25 seconds, 50, 75, and 95. And I like to make every single one of these audiences. So let's start with 3 seconds. Instagram business, no. Let's just do campaign. We'll do sunglasses. And it's going to show you all the videos. I like to do campaign because then it doesn't get mixed up with all the other stuff that I have. And 3 second video views, we have 28,000. So that should be more than enough. And I like to do the last 365 days. You can even do 90 days. You can do 30 days. So that's basically whatever you want. Wait, so let's do 365. Sunglasses, 3 seconds. Okay, so now it says populating. It usually takes a few minutes, like 10 to 20 minutes to populate, but I've had times when it takes like 30, 40 minutes too. So we're gonna do the same thing again. 10 seconds. Campaign, sunglasses, and boom. So sunglasses, 10 seconds. Now a lot of you guys might be wondering like why we're doing this, right? So this is basically one of the ways you can scale. So instead of finding more interest for a product that you know is a winner, you can basically just create a lookalike audience, and then you basically have like 70, 80 different interests of people, or a group of people, 70, 80 different groups of people who are very similar to people who have shown interest in your ad or in your product. Right, so I hope you guys see how powerful this is. So I'm not gonna go ahead and make every single audience for video view, but now you guys know how to make an engagement video, or you can just do a Facebook page. So like, let's say you have a niche page, right? And then you can do people who have engaged with the page, people who have visited your page, people who have engaged with any post or ad, clicked on a call to action button, sent a message, saved your page or any post. So there's multiple different ways you can create an audience based on that too. But let's go back and let's go to the website traffic now. So now you have many different options here too. So I usually only use page view or view content, add to cart, or purchase, or visitor by time spent. So visitor by time spent is a fairly new custom audience that Facebook has released. And basically what this is that, so you know how people go to your website and a lot of people, the bounce rate. So a lot of people, they leave after 2-3 seconds or 5 seconds. So this is basically gonna give you the top 25% of the people who visited that certain web page or your website, right? And what that means is that, like, there's people who were on your website for a few minutes, right? So if somebody is on your website for longer than a couple seconds, then obviously they have some interest in your product or in your website, right? So this basically just makes a custom audience of those people, and it gives it to you. And you can make a lookalike audience. You can retarget those people. You can do many different things, right? So let's create a custom audience for people who have visited. So we're gonna do page view URL. So if you just do page view in the last, I usually do 90 days, but if you just do page view in the last 30 days, then what it's gonna give you, it's gonna give you everybody who viewed any page on your website, right? But we can even do people who visited specific web pages. It's pretty much the same thing. So deals1deals.com. So let's just use the same website. So catalog, sunglasses are right here. Oh, you guys can't see this. Let me move this down here. So you see how we have the whole URL. So we are just gonna put whatever's after the products and the thing right here. We're just gonna copy this part and we are gonna paste it here. And what I also like to do is I just put photochromic sunglasses, and that just kind of solidifies or just make sure that everybody who's visited this URL contains this or this or this. You can also do URL doesn't contain. So let's say you have a product that is very similar, so you want to take out a keyword, you can do that, or you can do a URL equal and pretty much copy and paste the whole URL. But this is what I usually do, and it worked good for me. There's pretty much no, it doesn't make a difference if you do the whole URL doesn't contain, well, however you want to do it, right? So sunglasses website view, and I believe at this point we only have enough data for video view and website view. We don't have enough data for add to cart, initial checkout, or purchase. So to make a lookalike audience, Facebook recommends that you have at least 100 people in the same country who took the same action. So let's say that we create let's say we have 200 people that went on your website, right? But it's a worldwide targeting. It was a worldwide campaign. So we have people from United States, people from excuse me, people from Australia, people from Canada, from New Zealand, from Morocco, from Africa, all these different countries and continents visiting your website. So now you're not going to be able to make a lookalike audience because Facebook doesn't have enough data points to find people similar to those people. Facebook needs at least 100 data points, but my magic number is 300. So if I don't have more than 300 people for the custom audience in the same country, I don't usually make a lookalike audience because it doesn't perform so well for me. But you're more than welcome to try it and see how it works for you, right? So after you have made the custom audience, let me see if it's already populated or not. Fewer than 1,000 people. Huh. Oh, let's see. Should be more than that. But so after you have created the custom audience, just check the audience, go to actions, create lookalike audience. So now you have many different options to create a lookalike audience. You can create a lookalike audience in just the United States or just Australia, excuse me, or pretty much any country, or you can do a region. But I usually just do worldwide. And worldwide, 1% is going to give you 21 million people. And every time I make an audience, I usually do 1 to 5%. So that gives me 5 different audiences. So this is from one. So this is from just people who watched 3 seconds of your video, right? So from one little piece of data, Facebook is giving you 5 different audiences, right? Or 10 different audiences. So now you're able to scale your. Now you're able to show your run an ad set to each one of these individual ad set, and that just increases the number of ad sets you have and your revenue, because your ad is going to be seen by more people, right? So create audience. So over time, this number will increase. It might take a couple minutes, 10, 20, 50 minutes, but it'll populate. And then this number should go up too. So what I usually like to do is I make the custom audiences, I wait 20, 30 minutes, and then I make the lookalike audiences, and then I just start a campaign at midnight going to all these custom audiences. But I'll go more in depth about how to scale in another video. So you just gonna do the same thing again, lookalike audience, worldwide, and we're gonna do 1 to 5%. Create audience. So now going from a campaign that had 15 different interests, we already have 10 different interests in a way that you can target, or 10 different audiences that you can target. And you're more than welcome to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 5 to 10% individual too. You'll just follow the same steps. Create a lookalike, worldwide, and advanced options. Let's move that to 5. So now we already created 0 to 5, so we already created the 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5%. And now we'll make 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the reason why I do it twice, because you can only make up to 6 audiences at one time. So I just do 5 and 5, right? And the reason why I didn't make 1 through 10% just out the gate is because I usually test 1 to 5% first, and then based on how they perform, then I test the rest of the audiences, right? And what else was I going to say? Yeah, so what is this 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, up to 10%, right? What is it? So basically 1% is going to be, the 1% audience is going to be the audience that is really, that's the most similar to the custom audience that you give Facebook. Like in this case, we have the 10-second sunglasses video, right? So 1% people are going to be the most similar, people who have the most similar interest, demographic, behavior, whatever the case might be, to these people who are in the 10-second audience. 2% is going to be a little less similar, 3% is going to be even less, and then it just keeps going down and down and down. So 1% is going to be the most targeted audience, if you want to put it that way. But that's basically how you make a lookalike audience and how you make a custom audience, right? So let me just kind of show you guys really quick on how to use it. So usually when I do lookalike audience, when I run an ad to lookalike audience, I just create a new campaign, call it the product, lookalike audience. Remember, we are always going to do conversions. We never do traffic, never do PPE, because we are in this game to get purchases, right? But here we are, and I usually run them all at $10 per day, but you are more than welcome to do $5 too, because I know a lot of you guys, you don't have the budget to do $10. So, but if the numbers are looking good, if everything looks good, and you're making a lookalike audience, chances are that you are gonna get sales. And this is lookalike audiences, how you get to those $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per days. Right, so let's say that this is gonna be an ad for 1% for 10 seconds. We're doing worldwide. And so another thing that you can do is, once you optimize, I'll tell you guys that in this video. For now, we're gonna use the same countries, but we are not gonna use this or this or this. So it's gonna be a no interest ad set going to 1% of the 10-second video, open age, and it's just going to be a no interest ad set, because the interests are already, Facebook is giving you those interests. And then, as you can see, we have 14 million people. Publish and close. So now we have a campaign that's going to start at midnight, that's going to go to these audiences, and then just duplicate and do the rest of the audiences. And that's, in a nutshell, that's how you scale. That's how you scale horizontally. Okay. Alright, so we went over custom audiences, we went over lookalike audiences, and how you can use those audiences and why you should be using those audiences. So I hope you guys kind of see the value, and you guys kind of see how easy it is to find more interest and to scale. A lot of people, they kind of overthink the whole scaling part. They think, you know, I don't know what I have to do when I have to scale. Like, I don't even know what scaling is. And that's where I was. And when I found out about these lookalike audiences, I was amazed. I was like, holy shit! Like, it's that easy to, you know, kind of, once you guys run these ad sets and you see sales coming in, you'll be amazed, because a lot of the times, if you have the right product, you'll be seeing sales on lookalike audiences for like $2, $3, $4, right? And that's just the power of Facebook and the power of the Facebook pixel, because it's giving you all that data. It's giving you all these people who are similar to the people that are already interested in your product. And the audience that's been working the best for me is purchase, but I don't usually mess with the purchase audience unless I have 500 to 1,000 purchases. So if it's any lower than 500, I usually don't mess with it, because even if it's 500, you still need more than 100 people in the same country. So 1,000 is the ideal number, because at 1,000, then you know that this product is really scalable. You can really, you know, sell a few thousand of these products, right? And then you have these lookalike audiences who are interested in sunglasses that you can advertise any sunglasses to in the future. So you don't even need interests from once you have an audience built out, right? So that's going to be about it for this video, guys. I know it's a pretty short video, but I just wanted to kind of, because I've been getting a lot of messages about what a custom audience is, what's a lookalike audience, and how do we use them. So now, in a nutshell, I've showed you guys how to make a custom audience, how to make a lookalike audience, and how you should be using them to increase your revenue, right? So feel free to comment down below if you have any questions. If you did like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you guys haven't already joined the group, I'll leave a link down below again. So make sure you join the group, because we've been seeing a lot of people having a lot of good results. They've been using my strategies. I've been dropping a lot of value in the group. I've been helping people pretty much one-on-one inside the group for free. I'm not charging anything. So make sure you join the group. If you have any questions, you can post in the group. You can message me on Facebook. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll make another video on how to scale using these lookalike audiences and how to really take your game to the next level. But until then, I hope you guys keep crushing it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.